Greetings once again. I welcome you to my YouTube channel. In today's video, we'll be answering question 2 of paper 1, which is a previous question paper. It reads, the cost price of a cashew and a sharp calculator was advertised by a local store on its website on 13 February 2022 as shown below. Prices on the calculators reduced. Make a saving. Brand cashew calculator, it was 300. You save 101 rands. It now 199. The sharp scientific calculator, it was 190 rands. You save 40 rands and you buy it at 150 rands. Sale offer valid from the 14th of February 2022 up to the 28th of Feb 2022. The first question. Determine the sharp calculator. Determine for the sharp calculator the ratio of a saving amount to the original price in the form of 1 is to something. The ratio of a saving amount to the original. Saving is to original. So we're gonna have saving is to original. That is the ratio pattern that we should follow. So if we look at the sharp calculator here, the saving amount is 40 and the original amount is 190. So your ratio must be written 40 is to 190. But again, if you look at the question, it says that in the form of 1 is to something. So what you need to do, you must divide everything by 40 so that we can have that format of 1 is to something. So we can divide here by 40. You divide here by 40 also. Then you take your calculator. Just say 40 divided by 40 is equals to 1. So now we have that form of 1 is 2. Then the other side, you do the same thing. 190 divided by 40. We found that is 4,75. You can write it the way it is, 4,75. Then let's move to question 2.1.2. Question 2.1.2, it says, express as a percentage up to 2 decimal places the discount amount on the price of the cashew calculator. So now they want you to calculate the percentage or the saving percentage of a cashew. We know that the new price is now 101 and the old price was 300. We multiply this by what? By 100. So the percentage is going to be 101 divided by 300 multiply by 100. We found that is 33.67%. 33.67%. 33.67%. Then 2.1.3. 2.1.3 says that it says that grade 12 learners from Tuso High School bought 8 cashews and 12 sharp calculators on the 28th February 2022. Calculate the total savings on the purchase. So we are now going to say savings on cashew. Savings on cashew, we know that they bought 8 multiplied by how much is the saving amount is 101. So the total savings on Casio is going to be 808. And then let's also calculate the savings on the Sharp. Savings on Sharp is going to be how many Sharps? They bought 12 of them. Multiplied by the saving amount of 40 rands. So in total, for Sharp, they have saved 480. So the total saving in this case is going to be 808 plus 480. We use a calculator here. 808 plus 480. We found that this person or these learners, they have saved 1,288 rands. That is the total amount of money that they have saved for buying these 20 calculators, 8 of Casio and 12 of a Sharp. So moving right along to 2.2. 2.2, it says that for 5 marks, it says that for 5 marks, the current grade 10 learners at Tuto High School plan to have a Matric farewell. They plan to have a Matric farewell. It's something that is going to happen in the future. In 2024, they budgeted that they will save 5,500 rands. They fundraised 4,500 rands, which they invested in a savings scheme that gives an interest of 9.5% per annum, compounded annually. Don't forget, it's compounded annually, meaning that they'll receive 1 interest in a year. Verify, showing all calculations, whether the class invested amount after a period of exactly 2 years will meet their budget. You should not forget, their budget is 5,500 and now they've invested 4,500 for 2 years, compounded annually. Let's calculate to find that if this amount will be enough at the end of this investment term. So what we need to do is to remember that we are using what? We are using the compound interest. Compound interest, we calculate the interest separately. For example, we are now going to say the first year investment. The first year investment. We are going to calculate the interest. The interest of the first year, because it's compounded annually, we are now going to say 9.5 over 100. This is the interest rate that they've given these learners in a year. 9.5 over 100 multiplied by the invested amount. In this case, the invested amount is 4,500 rands. So at the end of the first year, these learners, they are going to receive 427 and 50 cent interest. That is the amount of interest that they're going to receive on the first year. So the total amount received at the end of first year is going to be the invested amount of 4,500 plus 427.50 interest. We use a calculator there. We're going to say 4,500 plus 427.50. So at the end of the first year, these learners, they are going to have 4,927.50. So this is the amount that they are having at the end of the first year. So you should not forget that they have invested this for 2 years. So now we move to year number 2. Second year. We do the very same calculation second year. But you should not forget now, the accumulated amount is 4,900. So we are now going to move with this amount to the second year. So second year interest is going to be the interest for second year. Interest is going to be, the interest rate is still the same, which is 9.5 over 100. Multiply by the accumulated amount of 4,927.50. So the interest that these learners are going to receive on the second year is going to be 9.5 over 100 multiplied by 4,927.50. So we found that the interest of the second year is 468.11. So this is the amount of interest that they're going to receive on the second year. But the total amount of the second year is going to be the interest received, which is 468.11 plus the accumulated amount of 4,927.50. So at the end of the second year, these learners, they will have the combination of the two is going to be 5,395 using a calculator. 395.61 cents. So if you go back to this question, they say they are looking for how much? 5,500 rands. And when we do the calculations, we found that at the end of 2 years, they will have 5,395. So what can we conclude about this? We are going to say that show with verify with calculations if whether the class will have invested in this product will meet their budget. It will not meet their budget. Not meet. This will not meet their budget because they needed 5,500, but they have received 5,300. So this is how you answer these questions of the interest using this information. So we are now moving to the next question, which is 2.3. Let me erase here for the sake of space. As I'm erasing here, please do not forget to subscribe to this channel. Do not forget to comment or to like and to share this channel with anyone who's doing grade 12. It will assist them a lot. Moving to the next question. This is the income tax. It says that Miss Nande is a 53 years old and earn a gross income of 39,486 per month during the 2021-2022 tax year. A non-taxable monthly deduction of 7.5% was made from her salary and paid into her pension fund. Table 4 below shows the tax table for the 2022 tax year ended on the 28th of February 2022. We have these tax brackets. We know that we have tax bracket number 1 up to tax bracket number 7. Number 1, accommodate anything between 1 rands and 216,200 rands, which is only 18% of that amount will be taxed. And then we have the tax rebates. The primary person or the person who is less than 65 years old qualify for a rebate of 15,714. Then between 65 and 74, the person qualify for 8,613 plus 15,714. Then the tertiary person who is 75 years and older qualify for 2,871 plus 8,613 plus 15,000 714. You should not forget, when we deal with a rebate, a person who qualifies for tertiary rebates, it means that that person qualifies for all these rebates. A person who qualifies for a secondary rebates, the person qualifies for the secondary and the primary one. The person who qualifies for a primary rebate only qualify for that rebate. You should not forget, it's very much important. So let's move and check the first question. The first question says that explain the term gross income in this context. Let's say that is the salary before deduction. Yeah, salary, not just an income. Salary before deduction. Salary before deductions. Miss Nande receive. Is it Nande? Miss Nande receives. Salary before deduction, Miss Nande receives. I've used the context and I did not change the meaning of the definition of the word gross income. You should also not change the meaning of that. Now we move to the next question, which is 2.3.2. It says that show by calculations that a person who was 75 years and older and earned 151,100 during 2022 tax paid no tax. Paid no tax. So what we need to remember is that this amount of 151,100, it found where? In the first rebates. And in the first rebate, if you can check, it's only 18%. So we're just going to say tax is equals to 18%, which is 18 over 100, multiplied by this amount of 151,100 rands. Then we use a calculator here. We are now going to say 18 divided by 100, multiplied by 151,100, which is 27,198. This is the amount of tax this person is supposed to be paying. But you should not forget, we have what we call what? The rebates. We have what we call a rebate. Rebate is a relief for taxpayers, and this person is 75 years old. So because this person is 75 years old, qualify for all the rebates. So we're going to say minus the rebates, which is the first one is 15,714. The second one is 8,613. The last one is 2,871. So we have to remove the rebates from the actual amount this person should have paid for what? For tax. So we are now going to say 27,198 minus 15,714 minus 8,613 minus 2,871. So in this case, when we find here, we can see that the difference between the two is 0 rands. This person supposed to pay how much? Is going to pay 0 rands for tax. So in that way, we have proved that there is no tax to pay. No tax to pay. There is no tax to pay because this person is going to pay 0 rands to tax. I believe everyone is fine and okay on this one. So let's move to the next question, which is 2.3.3. So if you look at 2.3.3, now they are saying that calculate Ms. Nande's annual tax payable. So now we have to calculate the tax for this person. What we know is that this person is receiving what? Is receiving a gross income of 39,486. We just take that gross income, we multiply it by 12. That is the first step that we need to do. We must convert everything to a annually. So the annually gross is going to be the monthly gross of 39,486. We multiply this by 12. we found that in a year this person is receiving 473,832. This is the amount this lady received in a year. Is what is a gross income. Is a gross income. But we know that this person is contributing 7.5% to the pension fund. So we can say that pension fund for a pension is 7.5 over 100. Multiply by 473,832. Let's check how much is she paying toward her medical fund. 7.5 over 100 multiplied by 473,832. So for her patient, this is what she contribute in a month, in a year, I mean, is 35,537.40. This is the amount that she's paying for her patient fund. So because of this, we can now calculate what? Our taxable income. Taxable income is what? Is a gross minus non-taxable. Gross minus non-taxable. But in this case, what is our non-taxable? Our non-taxable is a pension fund. In this case, our non-taxable is a pension fund. Is a pension fund. So what is our gross? We have calculated a gross income in the previous step, which was 473,832 minus the non-taxable, which is a pension fund, which is 35,537.40. Then the taxable income of this person is going to be 438,294.16. This is the taxable income. This is the taxable income. Because of space, let me try to erase here. This is the taxable income. We have now calculated the taxable income using those steps. The taxable income, let me write it here on top of them. Taxable income. Taxable income is 438,294.16. That is our taxable income. So we know that the taxable income of this person is 294,294.16. So now, because we do have our taxable income, we use this taxable income to go and locate the tax brackets that we can use to calculate the tax of this person. So if you look at this amount, the taxable income that we have calculated of 438, it is found in tax bracket number what? Tax bracket number 3. So we are now going to use tax brackets 3. Tax bracket 3. So we copy down tax bracket 3. So if we look at the tax bracket number 3 here, we are now going to say tax is equals to the tax bracket number 3 of which is 70,532 plus 31% of taxable income above what? 337,800. So you just copy down the tax brackets the way it is without changing anything. Then you take your pencil. Now you are going to change things. Where you see percentage, you are going to write divide by 100 with a pencil. Where you see the word off, you open the bracket, then you go and close the bracket the other side. Where you see the word taxable income, the taxable income, you have calculated the taxable income, you write 438,294,60. Where you see the word above, you write minus with a pencil. Everything that I've written here with a red pen, you'll be doing it with a pencil. So after doing that with a pencil, now you go and use your blue pen. You are now going to say 7532 plus, instead of writing 31%, we write what? 31 over 100, exactly. Then instead of writing the word off, you write a bracket, you open a bracket. Where you're supposed to write a taxable income, you're gonna write 438,294,60. Where you're supposed to write above, you write minus, then you write 337,800. Then you close the brackets. You have substituted in a right equation, in a right way. Then from here, you begin to calculate. When you calculate, you should not forget, it's very much important. We use this smash. Smash, the first S represents subtraction. So we go and check if we have minus in our equation. You can see our minus is inside the brackets. Then you copy everything the way it is, which is 7532 plus 31 over 100. Brackets still. Brackets means application, multiplications, Then you use a calculator to find the difference of what is inside the brackets, which is 438,294,60 minus 337,800, which is, what is our difference here? Our difference is 194,494,16. Then you're gonna say M stand for what? Multiplication. Well, I hope you can see the multiplication here. You just deal with that multiplication. You just say 7532 plus, and then the multiplication they're gonna say multiply by 31 over 100. 31 over 100 multiplied by that amount, it gives us 31,153,326. You can write everything after a comma if you are still doing the calculations. Then we are done with S and M. Now we go to M. M stands A, A stands for addition. You just add 70,000. 70,532, which give you 101,685,326. This person supposed to be paying this amount for a tax. This is the amount this person is supposed to be paying for what? For tax. If there was no rebates. So because of the rebates, we are now going to look at the age of the person. How old is the person? She's 53 years old. So because she's 53 years old, she qualifies for the first rebates only, which is a primary rebate. We're going to say minus primary rebates of 15,714. Then we use a calculator. Say minus 15,714. We found that this person is now going to pay 85,971.33 cents. This is the amount this person is going to pay. Instead of paying 101,000, because of the rebates, is now going to pay how much? 85,000. You can see that rebates reduces the amount a person is supposed to pay for what? For tax. This is how you deal with what? This is how you deal with taxable or tax. taxable income. Thank you very much for watching this video. Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in the next